Hey guys, today I'll be showing you a Dark Edition W for May of 2020. We are at the end of May. Thank you. We're almost there to June. And I hope everybody's safe, everybody's, with their families, having, protecting themselves. I know that right now the world is now crazier than ever. But yeah. And, stuff. And so yeah, the idea was that I made a Blue Eyes deck and, didn't do well, but I think, there are people that they're like, oh, can you do a Dark Edition? I never did a Dark Edition deck profile in my channel. I used to have a deck, but Dark Edition went long before ago. But yeah, so I did a little bit the best I could and semi-competitive, as people wanted to be competitive. You wanted to beat the living potatoes out there. I just did this for fun. If you want to do it competitively, that's fine. You put all the competitive cards that you want. If you want to do fun, yeah, hey, go for it. I love making something fun, but for as well, it's more of a control-based Dark Edition deck overall. It is more control. Having use of the super polarization, using magical circle, eternal soul, and the new fusion card that lets you bring out quintessence, which is nice, which I like quintessence a lot. I was thinking of putting phantasma in this deck, but I was like, I just want to have fun with this, so I use something else, and I'll tell you what it is. So first off, let's start with the deck profile, because you guys want me to show you what the fudge I'm using. First off, we have our 3 copies of Dark Magician. Obviously, this is your main vanilla monster, just like, Blue Eyes. I have 3 different alternative arts of Dark Magician. You can use one of any alternative arts you want, but these are my favorite alternatives. We have the classic, we have the one from Duelist Saga, correct? Or Dual Power? I don't know which one was it. And we got from the movie pack, which I actually like this new version of him. Which is really nice. I got all 3 of these guys look pretty nice. And yeah. Next up, we're playing 2 copies of Paladimo Oracle Hamad. I just like Hamad. Hamad's really cool card. Like it says, when you draw this card, you can reveal this card, special summon it from your hand. If this card battles a dark monster in attack, its attack becomes double during the damage calculation. If this card is destroyed by battle by card, you can special summon 1 Dark Magician monster from hand, deck, or graveyard. I just like it, and hello, doubling your attack just for like an OTK thing. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a fun card. He's a level 7, which is good because you can special when you draw him, you special summon. You can go for a link summon or an XC summon, which is nice. I gotta say, you can do that, or for an additional fusion material for quintessence, which is nice. Options is good, and I was thinking of Phantasmate, but Phantasmate is not a spellcaster. It's good to have Phantasmate, but you know. Next up is 1 Apprentice of Illusion Magician. Now, a lot of people play this at 3. I play this at 1 because I am trying to do this more controllable, and it doesn't, fall into the Call by the Grave scenario, because a lot of people, if you played Magicians, you've used this card many times to boost your monsters. Like, oh, yeah, and then you're doing it again, and then they Call by the Grave. That part. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 card. If this card is normal or special, you can add 1 Dark Magician monster, Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. During the damage calculation, if other Dark Monster battles an opponent's monster graveyard, you can send this card from your graveyard, from the hand or face up to the field, to the graveyard, and that monster gains 2,000 of attack and defense during that damage calculation, which is nice, obviously. And it's level 6, so you can do some rank 6 if you want. Then we have the 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. Obviously, this is my favorite art of her, and also she's in the cover of the thumbnail. Next up, we have your Searcher, which is 3 Magician's Rod. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 spell tracker from your hand to the hand that is specifically listed with the Dark Magician name in the text. During your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell tracker or effect while this card is in the graveyard, except during the you contribute 1 spellcaster monster, add this card back to your hand, which is nice because you can recur it back if they don't Call by the Grave you or negate or anything like that. But it's great that you can see the which is really nice. Which It's just nice. It can add a Dark Magician spell trap card, which is nice. The one copy of Blue Boy, because we are running because he is a spellcaster and we need as many spellcasters with different names as possible. So Blue Boy is a good idea. I was thinking of bumping him up to 2 overall, but yeah. If this card's normal summon, you can add a spellbook. Now, the most things that a lot of Dark Magician people that don't want to, if you're making this in real life, I know this is gonna break your wallet. A lot of people's wallets. The sad thing about Legacy support is 3 Magician Souls. This card right now is at $79. So I'm sorry if you're a Magician player who is playing on in a budget. I'm sorry, but this is not the card for you. If you have the money, you can spend it. But remember, if you want to spend it, I suggest you don't spend the money. Play it online so you can have fun with it. But if you want to play it with your friends, sorry about that, pal. I really am sorry about for those people who can't afford this card. There's many cards that you can't afford. Aries, you can send up to 2 spell or trap cards from your hand and on the field to the graveyard. Draw that many cards. If this card is in your hand, obviously. You can send 1 level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your hand, from your deck to the graveyard. Activate one of these effects. Special summon this card. Send this card to the graveyard. Then you can special summon that Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from the graveyard. You can only use each of these effects once per turn. Great thing about this is that it's a level 1. You can go for link summons. You can go for many things and easily do a lot of shenanigans. This card's been shenanigans. This was so hyped with spirals, and spirals didn't do anything. Like, it didn't do that much. Trust me, it did. It topped 16s, but didn't drop. It didn't top 3 that much. If you're a spiral player with the Magician Souls, hey, good for you. But understand that it didn't do well. It was too hype and it didn't do anything. 2 Allure of Darkness. I was thinking of 3, but because I'm running Blue Boy, I was thinking that would be very hinge for me. So yeah, 2 of this. Then we got the 1 Magicianized Fusion, or the Magician's Fusion. Fusion 1 spellcaster monster. Spellcaster fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing the materials listed from the field or graveyard. You can only activate this effect once per turn. So easily this can help you bring out Quintessence or any Magician monster you want, or a spellcaster you want, which is nice. I like it. It's a really good card, and it's super, and it's really nice. It's a really nice card overall. That's why I substitute Itemaias and all that stuff for this card. Next is Spellbook of Knowledge. You know what Spellbook of Knowledge does. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Spellbook of Secrets. Then we got 3 copies of Soul Servant, the newest of the cards. Aries, place 1 card on the top of the deck from the hand, deck, or graveyard that is a Dark Magician, or specifically is a Dark Magician or a Dark Magician Girl in the text, except for Soul Servant. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Draw cards equal to the number of Paladin monsters, Dark Magician, or Dark Magician Girl with different names or on the field in the graveyard. The thing is, because we are running Paladin, it does actually work for this, and it's really good. That's what I thought. I was thinking, this card has Paladin. I can use Paladin in this deck, so that's why I took the Phantasme and put this. If you want to put the Phantasme, fine, do it. Stop bickering, because there are people bickering, and it's a really good card. Then we got 2 Super Polys, so we can dominate a little bit the board, bringing out a lot of things, which is really nice. Super Poly will always be that control card because you can activate it. Your opponent cannot respond. The great thing is that 3. They're all dark monsters, so you can go for Siren Venom. You can go for many things. And you'll see here in the extra deck overall. Then we got the Secret of Dark Magic. This is another. Basically, it's easily another Super Poly. Aries, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck. Use him from your hand or field, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl as fusion material. And then there's the other effect. Ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by triggering the monsters from the hand or field, including Dark Magician Girl, whose total level equals or exceeds that ritual monster. So yeah, if you can see, yeah, it's two fusion methods in one, which is really nice. That's why I wanted to play it. It's fun. It's a really interesting idea that it combines two fusion methods into one, ritual summon and fusion summon. That's why I didn't play the third super polymerization. If you want to play the third polymerization, that's fine by me. Play whatever you want. Then we got the one illusion magician. Some people play this at 3. I don't know why people play this at 3 because this is a brick card. Yes, there are people I've seen in YouTube that play it at 3 or 2. I like it at 1. I like it at 1. Choose one spellcaster. Add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck or graveyard to your hand, which is really nice. Then we got 3 copies of Dark Magician Circle. This card in my life has been a nail to the coffin when I always play against Dark Magician players. But now that I have to sit down, play it, and see why is it this card so good, and I can see why. You're gonna have to do this card. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You can reveal one Dark Magician or a spell trying that specifies a Dark Magician in the text. Among them, add them to the hand. Also, place the remaining cards on the top of your deck in any order. If a Dark Magician is no more special summoned to the field, except during the hand, you can try one card your opponent controls, banish it. Very infamous. I remember how many times that happens. Then we got Magician's Navigation, another great card. Special summon one Dark Magician from your hands. Then special summon one level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster from your deck. If you control a Dark Magician, except this turn. This card was in the graveyard. You can banish this card. Then turn one face-up solo tracker your opponent controls. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. The great thing about this is that it can help you with a couple of negations, but obviously you can't go against Meltdown, because if your opponent already activated Meltdown and this came up and your opponent does invocation, you can't do anything against invocation because Meltdown's in the field and you cannot respond to that. Next is we have 2 infinite impermanents. Yes, everybody's screaming like, "Oh my god, my wallet!" I know it's like very expensive, but hey, what you can do? What you can do? But the great thing is that this is one of the best hand traps in the game. You can't deny it. That's why I'm playing 2, because 3 I actually break with 3, so 2 is enough. So you know what it does. Then we got 2 Eternal Souls. I used to run this at 1. I actually like it at 2. Every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. You can only use the following effects of Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate one of these effects. So there's only one Dark Magician monster from your hand or graveyard. Add 1 Dark Magic attack, or 1,000 knives from the deck to your hand. It's pretty nice. Then we got the 1 skill drain, obviously. And then we got triple Judgment. It's Judgment. And people can get this now easy. Trust me, you can get this much easier. You can get this common, super secret, any rarity basically. You can get it now, and it's cheap. It's like at $2 to $4, depending on how it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main deck. Now for the extra deck, we're running 1 Link Reel because we are running Magician Souls. The most controversial card is Predator Planet Verdant Anaconda because of one thing, and it's Dragoon, Magician of Eyes of Red, right? Dragoon. Sorry for this, but I'm gonna do this. So, you know the story about this little bastard. Because of this guy, Dragoon of Red Eyes, and these are, like, right now, synonymous of what they do. Bringing out this stupid boss monster. Very unfair, in my opinion. Like, in my opinion, it's Masterpiece on steroids. But I can understand this. This card will be very expensive. Trust me. Even if it's a promo, it's gonna be very expensive. As well as this. This is right now at $24. It requires 2 effect monsters. You can target one face-up monster on the field. It becomes a dark monster until the end of this turn. You can turn Hamad into a dark monster, which is really nice. You can pay 2,000 life for sell one fusion or polymerization normal or quick spell from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes that spell when that card is activated. Also, you cannot special summon monster for the rest of the turn. For this turn. So this can become any polymerization, any fusion method that you want, so you can transform it into. Now it's a very controversial card. I don't know why did they just not make this just for predator plants, but they made this so this card is gonna be banned just like Electrovine, and anything that's like generic summoning method is gonna get banned. Electromite's gonna get banned. This is gonna get banned. What's next? The XC one, the Bujing. It's not that great, but it's the generic XC monster one, and we're missing what? The ritual one. What's next? Then we got the one Crowley because it requires 2 spellcaster and a link summon. You can reveal 3 spellbook cards, 1, 2, and 3, and you can add them. And the great thing is that you can once per turn each turn allow 5 liar spell monster is normal summon. You can summon it without tributing, which is nice. Gotta say. Then the Nightmare package, really nice. Then we got one Ebon, or whatever I call it, Ebon. Great card. I used to have this guy. And whoever knows what it does, what it says. Requires 2 level 7 monster. You can also actually summon this card by using a rank 6 magician monster, yada yada yada. Same things. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. Special summon one spellcaster monster, normal monster from your hand or deck. When a spellcaster normal monster declares an attack, you can target one monster upon control, banishing. Because this thing requires 2 level 7 monsters, it's easy to summon because this is all level 7 monsters. It's just not like the other one. Yeah. Then the one big eye because it's big eye. Then we got for the fusions we got one Earth Golem Ignister because this is against generic Cyrus monsters, which is nice. Then we got the one Predator Plant Dragon Plant. This is against if they do Super Poly against you or any other kind of way or any fusion type deck overall against Lula Knights, Fluffles, or whatever, depending on that. On the one Starman, generic Dark Monster, the one Violent Chimera, because this is there's always going to be a Solomon Great player against this. Then we got the Dark Magicians, and this is one of the new fusion monsters. That's a little expensive right now. It wasn't that expensive. Now it is expensive. Potato tomato. The thing I hate about is the fusion. Materials. I do apologize. That was my alarm because I was doing that. The fusion materials, I think it's not my favorite thing. But yeah, I don't like the fusion materials of what it is. It requires 1 Dark Magician and 1 Dark Magician Girl and 1 Spellcaster. That's the one thing I don't like. It requires another Spellcaster. Doesn't make any freaking sense. Why 3 fusion type? Why 3 materials? This can just be 2 materials, 1 Dark Magician, 1 Dark Magician Girl, and that's it. It kind of makes sense there than 3. Doesn't make any sense there. Once per turn, if a spell, trap card, or effect is activated, except during the damage calculation, draw a card. Then, if it was a spell, trap card, you can set it. And it was a trap card or a quick play spell, you can activate it this turn. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon both 1 Dark Magician and 1 Dark Magician Girl from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Which is nice. Then we got the one Dark Magician, the Dragonite. This card becomes Dark Magician on the field. Your opponent cannot target spell trackers you control with card effects. Also, they cannot destroy by your opponent's card effects. Nice. Means that you have to send them. And then last but not least, we have the I like to call him Quintessent Magician. This requires 5 spellcasters, just 5 spellcasters. And it reads, must be fusion summon. If this card is fusion summon using 5 spellcasters with different names, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. This face-up card on the field cannot be tributed, nor can it be used as fusion materials. Also cannot be destroyed by card effects. So yeah, So yeah. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, now side deck. Side deck wise, obviously side decks are always optional. Triple Yuli match, it's just that good. Two Sacred Villages as a spellcaster, one Dart Burning Magic attack. Wait, Dart Burning Magic. Two Gold guys, one Chaos Form, 1,000 Knives, two bonds between teacher and students, which is if you control a Dark Magician, special summon one Dark Magician girl, and you can add any of the attacks slash whatever. One Dart Burning attack, and then two Magicians of Chaos. So yeah, guys, do apologize. I don't have replays because one thing is a lot of people they quit really fast. When I just do an impermanence, do that. People get really pissed when I use any of this. But yeah, it's something that happens. But it's fun. The deck is fun. I actually tried it. I did. If you want some budget like deck, it's kind of impossible for this deck to be budget, because of the souls and a lot of the cards are not they're really expensive. So yeah. So it is hard to make a budget Dark Magician deck. I could make is another deck if you can make is the Magician Girls deck, which rely with Kiwi and other stuff. It kind of doesn't rely solely on Magician Souls. It relies more of your the girls themselves. But yeah. But anywho, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, comment, like, share this video, subscribe if you are a new viewer. I'm glad if you liked my video or you did not like my video. If you didn't like this video, there's the window and there's no. I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a terrific weekend.